1. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. The instructor emphasized the need for feedback in adult education settings. A. Ambiguous. B. Haphazard. C. Constructive. D. Hypothetical. 2. Which of the following is the most appropriate synonym for facilitate in the context of adult mentoring programs? A. Hinder. B. Promote. C. Eliminate. D. Neglect. 3. Select the sentence that demonstrates correct subject-verb agreement. A. The mentors in the cohort meets monthly. B. Each of the instructors provide evaluations regularly. C. Neither the trainees nor the supervisor is absent today. D. The panel of evaluators were unanimous in their decision. 4. Which word is closest in meaning to pedagogy? A. Governance. B. Instruction. C. Industry. D. Regulation. 5. Which of the following is the best antonym for compliance as used in regulatory training? A. Disregard. B. Adherence. C. Agreement. D. Confirmation. 6. Identify the grammatically correct sentence. A. Evaluating adult learners requires patience, diligence, and to be flexible. B. Curriculum design demands a deep understanding of adult cognition. C. Mentoring involves listening, advising, and supporting. D. There is many factors that impact verbal reasoning scores. 7. Which sentence uses the word curriculum correctly? A. The curriculum are based on outdated principles. B. The curriculum aligns with national compliance standards. C. Curriculum of the instructors varies inconsistently. D. Curriculum have to be improvised constantly. 8. Which phrase best replaces elucidate in the sentence? The trainer attempted to elucidate the complex theory. A. Obscure the lesson. B. Rephrase casually. C. Clarify the concept. D. Repeat verbatim. 9. Choose the most appropriate definition of heuristic in an educational setting. A. A theoretical regulation. B. A trial-and-error learning method. C. A professional mentoring agreement. D. A governmental curriculum. 10. Which word is most appropriate in describing a mentor's tone that promotes learning? A. Condescending. B. Encouraging. C. Dismissive. D. Detracting. 11. Which sentence uses proper punctuation? A. Effective communication includes listening, questioning, and responding. B. Adult learners need respect, encouragement, and structure. C. Regulatory training requires compliance, assessment, and documentation. D. Mentoring skills include empathy, guidance, and leadership. 12. What is the correct meaning of didactic in curriculum development? A. Ambiguous and optional. B. Intended to instruct. C. Highly technical. D. Emotionally persuasive. 13. Select the correct form of the word to complete the sentence. The instructor's remarks motivated the entire class. A. Inspire. B. Inspired. C. Inspiring. D. Inspiration. 14. Choose the best replacement for ineffectual in. The training was considered ineffectual by compliance officers. A. Compliant. B. Useless. C. Efficient. D. Repetitive. 15. Which sentence demonstrates proper use of effect? A. The compliance test will affect all future trainings. B. His evaluation had no effect on the results. C. The change will affect the mentoring strategies. D. She wanted to affect her peers positively. 16. Identify the antonym of succinct. A. Terse. B. Concise. C. Wordy. D. Brief. 17. What is the best synonym for articulate in the context of communication? A. Hesitate. B. Express. C. Ignore. D. Confuse. 18. Choose the correct word to complete. The curriculum is designed to learners of all levels. A. Accommodate. B. Condone. C. Prescribe. D. Eliminate. 19. Which sentence contains a homophone error? A. Their ideas were well received. B. The lesson will start at 8. C. The evaluator read the report aloud. D. The mentor lead the session yesterday. 20. Which word fits best in this sentence? The compliance officer's findings were, by the committee. A. Disregarded. B. Validated. C. Confused. D. Denounced. 21. Select the correctly punctuated sentence. A. Compliance, evaluation, and documentation are key principles. B. Compliance, evaluation, and documentation are key principles. C. Compliance, evaluation, and documentation are key principles. D. Compliance, evaluation, and documentation are key principles. 22. Which is the most appropriate word to describe a policy that is unclear? A. Transparent. B. Ambiguous. C. Explicit. D. Lucid. 23. Which term best describes a person who often questions established protocols? A. Advocate. B. Maverick. C. Pedagogue. D. Evaluator. 24. What is the best definition of comprehensive in a curriculum context? A. Brief and generalized. B. Inclusive and thorough. C. Technically abstract. D. Regionally mandated. 25. Choose the correct usage of principle in a sentence. A. The principal regulation was ignored. B. She violated a key principle of training. C. The principle of learning must be followed. D. A new principal was hired last month. 26. What does empirical mean in instructional design? A. Based on theory. B. Based on observation. C. Lacking substance. D. Politically mandated. 27. Which of the following best completes this analogy? Regulation is to law as rubric is to. A. Rule. B. Evaluation. C. Strategy. D. Schedule. 28. which word completes the sentence correctly? Mentors must be in guiding adult learners. A. Arbitrary. B. Passive. C. Consistent. D. Indifferent. 29. Which sentence correctly uses the plural form? A. The criterions for compliance are strict. B. All curriculums must be updated annually. C. The syllabi were revised thoroughly. D. Those phenomenon are difficult to understand. 30. What is the best definition of feedback in adult learning? A. A disciplinary method. B. A form of punishment. C. Information for improvement. D. A final decision. 31. Choose the correct sentence. A. They're going to discuss the assessment. B. Their evaluation was thorough. C. Their concerns were valid. D. The evaluator reviewed their notes. 32. Which word best replaces ameliorate in? The instructor used various strategies to ameliorate confusion. A. Intensify. B. Simplify. C. Worsen. D. Improve. 33. Which word is an antonym of coherent? A. Logical. B. Clear. C. Disjointed. D. Fluent. 34. Select the most appropriate definition of pedantic. A. Focused on practical knowledge. B. Overly concerned with formal rules. C. Encouraging independent learning. D. Focused on interpersonal growth. 35. Which of the following sentences is grammatically correct? A. Neither the trainer nor the mentors attends the review. B. The instructors or the evaluator are conducting interviews. C. Each of the sessions have been rescheduled. D. The mentor and trainer has agreed on new guidelines. 36. Choose the best synonym for collaborate. A. Oppose. B. Ignore. C. Cooperate. D. Interfere. 37. What is the meaning of salient in the sentence? The presenter highlighted the most salient points. A. Misleading. B. Obscure. C. Irrelevant. D. Prominent. 38. Identify the sentence with a parallel structure. A. She was responsible for mentoring, to lead workshops, and assessment. B. Effective training includes preparing, presenting, and evaluating. C. The trainees learned how to assess and writing evaluations. D. The trainer explains clearly, listens attentively, and understanding fully. 39. Which term best describes a legal obligation in curriculum compliance? A. Suggestion. B. Recommendation. C. Mandate. D. Request. 40. Select the correct form. The facilitator's comments had a positive on the group. A. Affect. B. Effect. C. Affects. D. Effects. 41. Choose the correct synonym for pragmatic. A. Emotional. B. Theoretical. C. Idealistic. D. Practical. 42. What is the best replacement for the underlined word? The explanation was overly esoteric for adult learners. A. Simple. B. Complex. C. Clear. D. Transparent. 43. Choose the correct sentence. A. Each evaluator submit their findings. B. The curriculum and policy need updated. C. The instructors and the director were informed. D. Compliance document was filed last week. 44. Which word best describes the tone of candid communication? A. Deceptive. B. Honest. C. Vague. D. Restrained. 45. What is the most appropriate antonym for mentor in a professional learning environment? A. Leader. B. Supporter. C. Critic. D. Protege. 46. Identify the grammatically correct sentence. A. He mentors, she teaches, and they evaluates. B. Mentoring, teaching, and advising are important. C. The instructor listen, assess, and records. D. Evaluated, guided, and to instruct were the goals. 47. What is the correct word to complete the sentence? A. Tone helps establish rapport with adult learners. A. Patronizing. B. Abrasive. C. Respectful. D. Evasive. 48. Choose the most appropriate word. Compliance ensures consistency in all learning environments. A. Ignoring. B. Disregarding. C. Maintaining. D. Evading. 49. What is the meaning of iterate in instructional development? A. To eliminate content. B. To revise repeatedly. C. To assess one time. D. To assign roles. 50. Which sentence uses infer correctly? A. The mentor inferred the policy to the group. B. From the data, we can infer the results. C. He inferred the audience's questions aloud. D. The director inferred a new rubric. 51. What is the definition of rubric in education? A. A disciplinary action. B. A scoring guide. C. A teaching assistant. D. A legal document. 52. Which of the following is an antonym for explicit? A. Vague. B. Detailed. C. Open. D. Stated. 53. What is the meaning of normative in the phrase normative evaluation practices? A. Irregular. B. Based on norms. C. Unethical. D. Infrequent. 54. Choose the sentence that is punctuated correctly. A. Mentors, instructors, and evaluators often work together. B. The guide included policies, procedures, and forms. C. Instructional strategies, such as repetition and scaffolding, are effective. D. The trainer explained, feedback was immediate and clear. 55. Which of the following correctly uses principle? A. The principle of fairness is vital in training. B. The school's new principal was strict. C. Principal among the changes was a new calendar. D. She followed the science principle accurately. 56. What is a synonym for succinct? A. Lengthy. B. Verbose. C. Concise. D. Complicated. 57. What is the correct meaning of pedagogue? A. Student. B. Instructor. C. Evaluator. D. Trainee. 58. Choose the best antonym for transparent. A. Honest. B. Obvious. C. Opaque. D. Straightforward. 59. What does delineate mean in a curriculum setting? A. Enforce vaguely. B. Blur guidelines. C. Outline clearly. D. Eliminate details. 60. Choose the correct sentence. A. The trainers and the mentor was late. B. Both the coordinator and supervisor are involved. C. The mentor or the instructors is meeting today. D. Each of the mentors were asked to leave. 61. What is the meaning of analytical in the context of evaluation? A. Disorganized. B. Unbiased. C. Interpretive and systematic. D. Spontaneous. 62. Choose the correct sentence. A. Feedbacks were given at the session. B. The evaluator gave constructive feedback. C. An important point was missed. D. Each student give their opinion. 63. Select the best synonym for enhance. A. Diminish. B. Improve. C. Confuse. D. Limit. 64. Which word best completes the sentence, a mentor must be, when resolving conflicts? A. Indifferent. B. Reactionary. C. Impartial. D. Punitive. 65. What is the meaning of protocol in professional settings? A. Improvisation. B. Informality. C. Procedure. D. Question. 66. Which of the following demonstrates correct subject-verb agreement? A. Neither option are acceptable. B. The principles outlined is clear. C. The instructors attend monthly. D. The curriculum vary from site to site. 67. Choose the sentence with correct punctuation. A. Mentors evaluate, coach and document their sessions. B. Compliance requires thorough records and updates. C. Evaluation strategies include observation, feedback, and scoring. D. Training documents are filed annually and reviewed. 68. Which term refers to the process of making learning content easier to understand? A. Complicate. B. Obfuscate. C. Scaffold. D. Detract. 69. Which word means capable of being defended or justified? A. Archaic. B. Tenable. C. Dubious. D. Fragile. 70. What is the correct usage of affect? A. The change will affect the entire program. B. She wanted to affect the learners positively. C. The effect of the policy was evident. D. The evaluator affect a new rubric. 71. Which sentence uses the word mentor as a verb? A. The mentor was appreciated by the trainees. B. She is a mentor in the compliance department. C. He will mentor the new recruits starting Monday. D. The mentor's evaluation was detailed and helpful. 72. Choose the best synonym for evaluate. A. Disregard. B. Assess. C. Ignore. D. Delay. 73. Which sentence is written in the active voice? A. The reports were reviewed by the mentor. B. Feedback was provided by the trainer. C. The evaluator scored the assignments. D. The compliance document was signed. 74. What is the most appropriate antonym of collaborative? A. Cooperative. B. Isolated. C. Team-based. D. Inclusive. 75. Which of the following is a correct example of a homophone? A. The mentor allowed the trainees to ask questions. B. The curriculum was tailored to their needs. C. The course was too difficult for some. D. The evaluator will write the report. 76. Choose the correct sentence. A. Everyone need to submit their evaluation today. B. Each instructor were present for the training. C. The team of mentors was effective in practice. D. Both the trainer and trainees agrees on the plan. 77. Which word best describes compliance in a training setting? A. Flexibility. B. Conformity. C. Objection. D. Resistance. 78. Which of the following is a synonym for concise? A. Elaborate. B. Brief. C. Complicated. D. Detailed. 79. Which word correctly completes the sentence? The policy was enforced to ensure fairness. A. Loosely. B. Selectively. C. Inconsistently. D. Uniformly. 80. What is the meaning of integrity in a mentoring context? A. Being passive. B. Avoiding confrontation. C. Acting with honesty and consistency. D. Following personal bias. 81. Which word best replaces implement in? The instructors will implement the revised modules. A. Discard. B. Ignore. C. Enforce. D. Delay. 82. What is the best antonym for inclusive? A. Diverse. B. Limited. C. Accepting. D. Open. 83. Choose the sentence with correct punctuation. A. Compliance, curriculum, and mentoring are crucial. B. Compliance, curriculum, and mentoring are crucial. C. Compliance, curriculum, and mentoring are crucial. D. Compliance, curriculum, and mentoring are crucial. 84. What is the meaning of articulation in educational alignment? A. Conflict between levels. B. Connection of instructional goals across stages. C. Dismissal of requirements. D. Elimination of assessments. 85. Which of the following is grammatically correct? A. Neither of the options are acceptable. B. Each of the facilitators were informed. C. The curriculum guidelines were updated. D. The trainer or the mentors is correct. 86. What does formative mean in assessment? A. Final. B. Punitive. C. Developmental. D. Summative. 87. What does the word scaffold mean in instructional design? A. Punish for errors. B. Structure support to assist learners. C. Withhold learning material. D. Assign random roles. 88. Which of the following best defines plagiarism? A. Using one's own ideas. B. Rephrasing complex language. C. Copying without attribution. D. Providing citations. 89. Choose the best synonym for validate. A. Approve. B. Criticize. C. Ignore. D. Delay. 90. What is the meaning of dissonance in an instructional setting? A. Harmony between strategies. B. Conflict or inconsistency. C. Unified perception. D. Consistent application. 91. Which is the correct sentence? A. She assessed the learners thoroughly. B. The instructors evaluates every week. C. The evaluator conducts peer reviews. D. He explained feedback clearly. 92. What is the definition of verbatim? A. In the same tone. B. Word for word. C. In summary. D. In opinion. 93. Choose the best replacement for augmentin. They plan to augment the curriculum. A. Lessen. B. Revise. C. Weaken. D. Expand. 94. Which of the following is an antonym for empathy? A. Compassion. B. Disregard. C. Understanding. D. Sympathy. 95. What does synthesize mean in a learning context? A. Separate. B. Criticize. C. Combine ideas into a whole. D. Remove errors. 96. Choose the sentence that demonstrates proper grammar. A. The evaluator give his approval. B. The compliance officer was thorough. C. Each trainer conduct weekly reviews. D. The mentors meets regularly. 97. Which is the correct plural form? A. Curriculums. B. Criterion. C. Syllabi. D. Phenomenons. 98. Choose the best synonym for mandated. A. Optional. B. Required. C. Flexible. D. Tentative. 99. What is the meaning of rubric in grading? A. Rulebook. B. Evaluation criteria. C. Code of conduct. D. Sample test. 100. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. The trainer's explanation was, and left no room for confusion. A. Obscure. B. Lucid. C. Redundant. D. Lengthy. 101. Which of the following uses affect correctly? A. The change will affect the training method. B. The new policy had no effect. C. She wanted to affect compliance. D. The results were effective. 102. Which sentence is correct? A. The team were divided in their opinion. B. Each of the students were interviewed. C. The panel of mentors was unanimous. D. None of the facilitators is available. 103. What does comprehensive mean in a syllabus? A. Narrow and limited. B. Inclusive and complete. C. Outdated and inaccurate. D. Basic and simple. 104. What is the best antonym for clarity? A. Precision. B. Confusion. C. Articulation. D. Transparency. 105. Choose the correct sentence. A. He give weekly evaluations to his ments. B. The facilitator guides trainees effectively. C. They provides feedback inconsistently. D. She helped develop new assessments. 106. Which word means careful and detailed? A. Sloppy. B. Thorough. C. Imprecise. D. Vague. 107. Choose the word that means to make legally acceptable. A. Enforce. B. Nullify. C. Ratify. D. Reject. 108. What is the meaning of objective in evaluations? A. Biased. B. Impartial. C. Personal. D. Emotional. 109. What does curriculum refer to? A. The school building. B. The administrative staff. C. The content of a course. D. The student behavior. 110. Choose the correct form, the trainers and facilitators working together. A. Is. B. Was. C. Are. D. Be. ASVAB Verbal and Language Skills Test. The ASVAB Verbal and Language Skills Test is designed to evaluate a test taker's ability to understand, analyze, and apply fundamental concepts of the English language. This portion of the ASVAB includes two main components, word knowledge WK and paragraph comprehension PC. Word knowledge measures vocabulary recognition and synonym identification, while paragraph comprehension assesses the ability to derive meaning, interpret information, and draw conclusions from written passages. Together, these skills reflect a candidate's readiness for military training, technical instruction, and communication within professional settings. Strong performance on this test demonstrates proficiency in reading, understanding, and conveying ideas clearly and accurately, critical for success in both military and civilian careers. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of the sample exam. 1. Military career placement. The ASVAB Verbal and Language Skills Test helps determine eligibility for a wide range of military occupations by assessing communication and comprehension abilities essential for both leadership and technical roles. 2. Academic skill measurement. It provides a benchmark for evaluating vocabulary, reading comprehension, and verbal reasoning, skills foundational to success in both military training and post-secondary education. 3. Enhanced communication proficiency. The test supports the development of clear, accurate verbal and written communication, vital for collaboration, instruction following, and operational effectiveness. 4. Career planning and counseling. Results from the test guide recruiters and educators in advising enlistees or students on suitable career paths based on verbal aptitude. 5. Preparation for civilian professions. Strong performance can indicate readiness for roles in administration, law enforcement, or public service, where verbal skills are crucial.